Picture this, a dusty forward operating base in Helmand Province, Afghanistan, 2019. The air is thick with heat and tension, the kind that clings to your skin and never lets go. I'm Ethan, 42 years old, a master sergeant with the 101st Airborne. For 4 months, I've been out here, leading patrols, keeping my guys alive. Then, one evening, an email lands in my inbox like a grenade. The subject line, "Let's do this like grown-ups." Attached is a PDF, divorce papers. 13 years of marriage to Sarah, gone in a digital file. 3 sentences in the email hit like bullets. She's filed for divorce, drained our joint bank account, and moved her new boyfriend, Derek, into our Tacoma home. I read it twice, my heart pounding, then shut my laptop. I shower in the communal stall, the water barely washing away the shock. I get dressed for patrol, say nothing to anyone. That night, back in my bunk, I type one word in reply: acknowledged. No fight, no begging, no threats, just silence. My bunkmate, Wilson, notices I'm off. He's reading a worn paperback, barely glances up. "You good, man?" he asks, voice low. "Yeah, just stuff back home." He nods, doesn't push. Soldiers know when to leave things alone. Truth is, I'm not shocked. 6 months before I deployed, Sarah changed. She stopped asking about my day, started staying late at the medical clinic where she worked the front desk. She'd hit the gym 4 times a week, but never looked like she'd broken a sweat. New clothes, new friends I'd never met, new passwords locking me out of her phone. I didn't snoop. That's not who I am. But I saw the signs, so I made quiet moves. I rented a storage unit across town, stashing my birth certificate, marriage license, the house deed in my name from a VA loan, and my military benefits paperwork. My dad's old pocket watch, my mom's silverware, things that mattered, went there too. I opened a new bank account, diverting just enough of my pay to have a safety net if things went wrong. The night before I shipped out, Sarah hugged me at the airport. "Be careful," she said, her eyes dry, like she was saying goodbye to a stranger. I wanted to believe I was wrong about her, but my gut knew better. 2 weeks after that email, I'm in the mess hall, picking at my food, when my phone buzzes. A bank alert. A withdrawal of $95,000, leaving $19 in our account. Our savings, $52,000 we'd scraped together over years, gone. Wired to an account I don't recognize. I lock my phone, my jaw tight. "Bad news, Murphy?" a guy from my unit asks. "No," I say, "just account stuff." That night, I call the bank from the base phone center. They confirm Sarah's been moving money for weeks, small amounts at first, then bigger ones, starting the day after I deployed. I hang up, standing in the hallway, watching guys call their families, laughing, living normal lives while mine burns down. Wilson finds me there. "Heard you looked rough at dinner," he says. "What's up?" I don't usually share, but Wilson saved my ass in Helmand once. I trust him. My wife emptied our accounts, moved her boyfriend into our house, and sent divorce papers last week. He doesn't offer pity or cliches. "What's your plan?" he asks. "Not sure yet," I reply. He nods. "Let me know if you need anything." That night, sleep doesn't come. I log into our home security system, something Sarah forgot I could access remotely. The cameras show a strange SUV in our driveway, a guy I don't know, walking our dog, drinking from my coffee mug, wearing my old mariner's jacket. Sarah's laughing in the kitchen I remodeled on my last leave. Something shifts in me. Not anger, but a cold, clear focus. I make a list. Call Mark, an Army buddy turned lawyer, check VA loan terms, secure my pension, request emergency leave. This isn't about emotion anymore. It's strategy, like planning a mission. At 5 o'clock, before my shift, I email Mark. "Need legal help, urgent and discreet." He replies within an hour. "Call me. Secure line only." After our call, I know my next steps. I don't need to yell or threaten. I just need to watch and wait. Let Sarah's actions dig her own trap. 2 months later, I'm back in Tacoma, unannounced. I don't call Sarah, don't text, just check into a motel under a fake name and meet Mark at a diner 10 miles out. "You look rough," he says, sliding into the booth. "Feel like it." He hands me a folder, bank statements, loan documents, and a bombshell, a refinance application with my forged signature. She tried to pull $350,000 from our home's equity, listing Derek as co-applicant. He's got a record, 2 DUIs, a fraud charge from 2018. "She's been busy," I say. Mark nods. "What do you want?" "I want what's mine, my house, my rights, and I want her to face consequences." I met Sarah at a friend's barbecue in 2010, between tours, crashing at my buddy Jason's place in Tacoma. She was finishing nursing school, but took a job at a medical clinic instead. "Less pressure," she said. We married 8 months later. She'd say she was proud of my service, but she never got it. Her dad was a bank manager, her brother a pharmacist, no military in her blood. She'd ask when I'd get a real job, not grasping that the Army was my life after 15 years, not a pit stop. We bought our house in 2014. Modest, 3 bedrooms, small yard, quiet street. The VA loan was in my name, but I added her to the deed because that's what you do when you're married. My dad died a year later, heart attack while clearing snow. My mom followed 3 years after, lung cancer, though she never smoked. They left me enough to clear our student loans and keep a small cushion. I deployed 4 times during our marriage, twice to Iraq, twice to Afghanistan. Each time I came home, Sarah seemed further away, like she was tired of playing the military wife. "I didn't sign up for this," she said once when I mentioned re-upping. "I'm alone too much." I got it, but the Army was where I belonged, where I was needed. By 2019, things shifted. Sarah got annoyed when I called during her girls' nights, talked up her friend Melissa's best life post-divorce, hinted we had nothing in common anymore. I suggested counseling. She brushed it off as a phase. Then came the late nights at work, weekend trips with friends I'd never met, new clothes, a gym membership she barely used. My dad taught me to think before I act, so I didn't confront her. I watched, prepared, trusted my gut. Back to that diner with Mark, he shows me the refinance. "She tried to take $350,000, he says. "Derek is listed as co-applicant, and he's got a shady past." I take a deep breath. "What are my options?" Mark smiles. "First, decide what you want. I want what is legally mine, and I want her to learn actions have consequences." The next day, I drive by our house. Derek's SUV is gone. Sarah's car is there. I park down the street, tempted to knock, but that's not the plan. At the bank, I show my military ID, my real signature, the forged documents. His face pales. "I'll report this immediately," he says. "I've already filed a police report," I reply. That night, Sarah texts. "Who's been talking to the bank? Derek says someone's asking questions." I don't respond. At the county clerk's office, I file to contest the refinance due to fraud, ensuring no property changes without me. 2 days later, Sarah calls. "Ethan, we need to talk. The bank is asking about the house. What's going on? We can handle this like adults." That phrase again, like adults. I don't reply. Mark calls. "They've frozen the refinance funds. And Derek got pulled over driving your truck. Suspended license from those DUIs. They impounded it. Found prescription pads from Sarah's clinic. Not blank." I close my eyes. "She's stealing pads?" "Looks like it," Mark says. "Police are digging." I meet the bank's fraud investigator, Thompson, a tired guy with a coffee-stained tie. "This happens too often," he says. Spouse deploys, other sees opportunity. Half the refinance money, $15,800, is gone, transferred to someone named Michael Carter, not Derek. "Who's Carter?" I ask. Thompson shrugs. "Ask your lawyer to subpoena the records." Mark runs a check, Carter's a real estate agent, specializing in quick, cheap sales. She was planning to sell our house, I say, the betrayal sinking in. And Derek's worked with Carter before, 3 deals in 2 years, targeting women with deployed spouses or in divorces, homes sold below market value. That night in my motel room, I sip a beer, wondering if Sarah played me our whole marriage or got caught in Derek's web. My phone buzzes. Sarah. Ethan, please call. The bank's talking fraud and Derek got arrested for driving your truck. I don't understand. I stare at the screen, then type, "Who's Michael Carter?" She starts typing, stops, starts again, stops. Finally, "I don't know what you mean." I reply, $15,800. House listing. No response for 10 minutes, then, "It's not what you think." I turn off my phone and sleep. Next morning, Mark calls. FBI wants to meet. They've been tracking Derek and Carter for months. Your case could break it open. For the first time since that email, I feel a spark. Not joy, but satisfaction. The truth is coming out. At the FBI's Spokane field office, Agents Patel and Donovan take my statement, copy my documents. Your case shows a pattern, Patel says. Intent, organization. Conspiracy, not just isolated fraud. I ask about Sarah. They exchange looks. We're still assessing her involvement, Donovan says. Did she mention financial struggles, pressure to sell the house? I think back. 6 months ago, she said we were house poor, should downsize. I didn't see the need. My salary covered the mortgage. They take notes, hand me a card. Don't confront her or Derek, Patel warns. We need to build this carefully. I nod. Understood. That evening, I drive to our neighborhood, park down the street. Derek's USV is back. Sarah's car is gone. My phone buzzes. Sarah, meet me at Riverfront Park tomorrow. We need to talk. I show Mark the text over breakfast. Don't go, he says. Nothing good comes from it. I agree, but want to know what she's doing while she thinks I'm meeting her. At 9:30 a.m., we park across from the house. At 9:45, Sarah leaves, heading toward the park. 20 minutes later, a car with a real estate logo pulls up. Michael Carter. Derek greets him. They go inside. Should we follow? Mark asks. I shake my head, pull out my phone, and open the security app. I installed cameras last year, interior and exterior, cloud stored. Carter's taking photos in my living room. Derek's pointing out features. I turn up the volume. List it by next week, Carter says. Got a cash buyer, $450,000. We list at $490, they offer $450, everyone's happy. Derek asks, what about the husband? Sarah says he's trouble. Carter laughs. Military guys make noise, but deployments keep them busy. He'll settle. Mark's recording the feed. I send it to Patel. Happening now. 30 minutes later, FBI vehicles swarm the house. Agents lead Carter and Derek out in cuffs. Sarah arrives, hands over her mouth, watching agents haul out documents. Patel calls. We got them on tape. Fraud, conspiracy, selling property under false pretenses. We'll need your formal statement. I agree. Sarah's there, distressed. What happens to her? I ask. Depends on what she knew and what you want, Patel says. I watch Sarah on the lawn, remembering 13 years. Good years, at first, before this. I want what's right, I say. The case moves fast. Derek and Carter take plea deals, implicating each other in a 3-state scam targeting military families. Sarah claims she didn't know the full scheme, says Derek convinced her I was hiding money, that the refinance was his idea. Maybe it's true, maybe not. She settles, returns the stolen funds, gives up any claim to the house or my pension, admits to the forgery. I don't press charges. The divorce finalizes 6 months after that email. No fault, clean break. On the day the papers are signed, Patel calls.
Derek got 9 years for fraud, conspiracy, identity theft. Carter got 14. Your case helped us nail them. 11 other families were hit. They might get their money back because of you. I sit on my rental apartment's porch watching the sunset, thinking of those families. Soldiers who deployed, trusting their homes were safe, only to lose everything. I didn't set out to take down a scheme, just to protect what was mine. Sometimes things work out bigger than you plan. Sarah texts, "I didn't mean for it to end this way." I don't reply. There's nothing left to say. A year later, I sell the house. Too many ghosts. I buy a cabin outside Bozeman, Montana. 2 bedrooms, 12 acres, a stream out back, no neighbors. I retire after 20 years in the Army. I've given enough. I get a German Shepherd, Ranger, and start woodworking for locals. Simple jobs that keep my hands busy. My pension covers the rest. A letter arrives from a Navy wife in San Diego. "You don't know me, but you saved our home. Thank you for fighting when it was easier to walk away." I pin it to my fridge. On quiet nights when memories sting, I read it and remember something good came from the mess. Sarah's in Idaho, working at another clinic, starting over. I don't hate her anymore. Don't feel much about her at all. She made her choices. I made mine. Last I heard, Derek and Carter are still in prison. The system worked. As for me, I'm building something new. Something no one can steal or fake. Something that's mine.